Hi and welcome to CJ Today Reads. Today I'm going to do something a little bit interesting. I alluded to this in a previous recording and it's reading instructions that have been poorly translated. So I have something that I've stored away in my filing cabinet that is an example of this, and that's what I was thinking of when I wanted to record it and just read it out to you. But to get to my filing cabinet, because I don't use it, because, I'm organized and professional, it would require a massive effort, and I'm just not into massive effort. So, as you may have appreciated from these recordings, so what I'm going to do instead is read some instructions that somebody else has provided. Thank you, Reddit. And so what I'm going to, oh, what happened then? Let me go back. Oh, don't tell me I've just lost it. No, there we go. All right, so this was on Reddit, and this was the Reddit was, I thought I had seen some poorly translated instruction manuals before, but this takes the cake. The favorite part is and favorite is misspelled because it's missing the U. The favorite part is the top of page 3, but I haven't read every line. The fan was also a total piece of trash, which is the American pronunciation, or American word. We would just say it's rubbish, and didn't match the instructions at all. But so I thought I'd just, maybe read some out to you, because who doesn't love a completely confusing instruction set? So we start on page 1 with the safety instructions, which is written correctly. So step 1, or the first safety instruction, says, in order to reduce the occurrence of electric shock, the supply line is connected between the fan and must be installed on an all pole. Disconnect switch, brackets, switch contacts, opening distance requirements played a 3mm, close brackets. If you lack of electrical knowledge, Bosure, Bosure, 2 words, Bosure. Please hold, inverted commas, electrician card, close inverted commas or quote marks, professional install it for you. Thank you. That's really helped. Not. Step 2, the second safety instruction, to avoid electrical shock hazard, ceiling fan installation. Removal before you turn off the power. First, will be installed. Shall be ground. Firewire. 0 line order of installation. These are all separate sentences. Disassembly must be disassembled. I mean, this makes total sense, doesn't it? Well, it should be. The disassembly doesn't say the, it just says disassembly must be disassembled to the 0 line, the line of fire, earth order. Is this helping you? If you haven't guessed already, this is the instructions for installing a ceiling fan. Shall we go to safety instruction number 3? In order to reduce electric shock or from accidents, full stop. Do not use non-local governor or switch product requirements. I'm not an electrician. Let me just say that up front. I do know what an electrician does. In Australia, we call electricians sparkies. We call carpenters chippies because they produce a lot of wood chips. So chippies, sparkies, because I think that's obvious. I'd like to know, and maybe an Aussie might put in the comments, what do we call plumbers? I imagine it might be something like bleep kickers. That would be funny. But I don't know. But I know of sparkies and chippies, but not reference to plumbers. So let's go on, shall we? Because I'm learning something. I'm not sure what, but I am learning. So number 4 in the safety instructions, when a ceiling fan installation, comma, you must determine the various parts of screws securely latched. I think that's particularly important, don't you? Number 5, rotating ceiling fan. The blades should not touch any object to avoid danger. Now that is the first clearly understood safety instruction so far. Number 6, select the appropriate location to install a ceiling fan. That's nice and clear, isn't it? Ceiling fan blade away from the ground should. Yeah, I imagine that ceiling fans go on your ceiling, and I would have thought that was self-evident, but apparently they felt the need to tell you that the blade itself shouldn't be anywhere near the ground. Then it says, new sentence, above 2.3 meters or more. That's it. New sentence, prevent accidental blade collision accident. So, in other words, you want to make it high enough so that when you stand up, you don't hit yourself in the head with the blade when it's going. Again, a good safety advice, but just not written like that. Number 7, to change. So when I think of the number 7, I'm thinking of very specific reference. And it was watching a TV show in the 70s called Grizzly Adams. It was an American TV show. There was a character in that show that had white hair and was kind of like this grizzly old man, not Grizzly Adams, but another guy. And he was like a panhandler, I guess is what you would call him, from the 1800s. But he had a donkey that carried all of his stuff, and he used to walk in front of the donkey and the donkey would lead him. And his donkey was called Number 7 because it was obviously the 7th donkey he owned. But that's whenever I see Number 7, I think about whatever his name was and the donkey. If you know what I'm talking about, drop a comment because I'd love to know that I'm not just nuts. Anyway, number 7 we're up to. To change the fan rotation direction, please turn off and wait for the blades stop turning after adjustment reversing switch. I know what this is saying. But anyway, it always astonishes me that they don't get someone who speaks English legitimately to then decipher these. And they've clearly used just a word for word translation, maybe. Anyway, number 8, the power of this machine is 220 volt / 550 hertz. Maximum motor power of 75 watts. In brackets, specification of different models of ceiling fans, which motor power will be different. Close brackets. Each light source lamp's maximum 60 watts. Each light source lamp's maximum 60 watt. So this is a ceiling fan with lights in it. This is the first time we've had any reference to lights. 9, about how to install a ceiling fan and connect the power, please read the fan assembly procedures carefully. Another nicely worded sentence. Number 10, do not clean the ceiling fan blades and clean water or detergent directly. Use a dry cloth or slightly damp cloth to wipe. In addition, this is a new sentence, in addition to dust. That's just the full sentence, in addition to dust. Before cleaning the ceiling fans, ceiling fan must be disconnected from the power switch. I'm not sure that's true. I think it probably means you just make sure your ceiling fan is off and not rotating. There are undoubtedly people in this world that don't do this. It reminds me of the court case that was in the US, and it was a woman who bought an RV and it had cruise control. And the salesperson had said to her, this vehicle, because it's got cruise control, basically drives itself. So she was driving the RV and put on cruise control and then got up and walked into the kitchen of the RV to make herself a sandwich because she took him literally at his word. When you put it on cruise control, it drives itself. You can imagine what happened. The RV did not, in fact, drive itself. Well, it did. It went forward, but it didn't stay on the road. Went off the road because it was going straight ahead and crashed and totaled the RV. She took the dealership to court and the manufacturer because it didn't clearly say that you are to remain seated and in control of the vehicle when you've got cruise control on. So it's people like that make other companies put comments like this make sure the fan is not spinning when you try and clean it. That's why people have these comments. So that's what this reminds me of. So that was page 1. And that's the safety instructions. And then page 2 has just got unpacking, check the carton, ceiling fan parts, see the following table. So that's not so bad. And then it lists what all of the different parts are. And I don't know what a sling bag is, but it's got one apparently. I think that's maybe something like a mankini, but who knows? I mean, this has been translated from a language into English. This was interesting though. So because now we're on page 3. And this is the title of this section is Second, the hanger locking mode. Note, it's got a little danger symbol, so a little triangle with an exclamation point in it. And it's talking about a concrete ceiling. Do not install hanger on the roof leaking and damp. Hanger. That's it. Then it says, after the installation, must be able to withstand the weight of 40 kilograms or more in order to prevent smallpox. Let me just read that again. This is the warning note. So do not install hanger on the roof leaking and damp. Hanger is the first sentence. The second sentence, after the installation, must be able to withstand the weight of 40 kilos. I'll let you look it up in pounds if you're primitive and still use pounds. 40 kilos or more in order to prevent smallpox. I didn't know this. That if you could handle 40 kilos of weight, you'd prevent smallpox. I thought it was vaccination, but look, what do I know? And I learnt this from a ceiling fan installation. Amazing. Then it says 1, when the case of concrete ceiling, use a drill hole drilled in the ceiling of A2, and then it's got a little symbol, which I have no idea what that is, but it might be diameter, I think. 2, symbol, 8. In brackets, distance between the 2 holes should be appropriate. Well, I imagine that any distance between any 2 holes should be appropriate. And you could even get quite rude and graphic in that example, but we're not going to. The expansion screw into the hole, then put the hanger expansion screw set into the turn flat washers and nuts and tighten with a spanner wrench. Okay. And this is, look at figure 2. And figure 2 has a figure. It's a picture. Number 2 here, the ceiling fan, so I see. So the first one was about if it's a concrete ceiling. Now we've got wood ceiling. The ceiling is made of wood. Please lock with a screwdriver hanger on the ceiling. Parts bag flat washer set into the wood screws. Figure 3. Parts bag flat washer set into the wood. Because we had the bag before, the sling bag. I'm wondering if that's it. So maybe you use a mankini. Maybe you wear a mankini to do in installation if the ceiling is made of wood. We have another note, danger, like the triangle with a little exclamation mark in it. Note, do not install on a hanger uneven ceiling, and ceiling-mounted hanger must decide firmly not to be loose. So you have to kind of ask the ceiling, are you loose or are you tight? This seems an inappropriate question because we don't know the gender of this particular wood, although given it's a wood, I'm going to assume it's male. But it still has to decide whether it's loose or not, apparently. And it has to decide firmly not to be loose. Then we've got the suspension system installation, which is third. And there wasn't a first. I'm flicking through these pages. There was no first. It's just we go straight to second and then third. Although I might be wrong with that. The first may have been the list of the components. So third, the suspension system installation provides a really helpful 3-step pictures where one shows the splice closure, the R-pin, the plug. Then the second one shows the entire thing ripped from the ceiling and on an angle. And then the third picture just shows it in place. So without any description. So let's see what the description says. 1, the connector housing boom and through the bell. and then inserted into the lifting boom. Head and holes are aligned. The holes were WIRR, the holes. And then insert the pin and R, capital R, pin inserted through the bolt holes, and then screw on the side of the head hanging lock. Okay, a ceiling fan, this is step 2, a ceiling fan hanging on the hanger and the hanger lob slot aligned with a card. The hanging lob, L-O-B, slot aligned with a card. And that's when I'm looking at those 2 pictures that show what looks like a genie bottle, but it's the fan with the top part of the fan completely unattached. And then the second one is completely attached. So if I look at figure 5 and 6, that's the description. A ceiling fan hanging on a hanger and the hanger lob slot aligned with a card. No idea. So let's go to the next page. We have step 3 in the same one. Generally relatively short floor house is more suitable for ceiling installation. I wouldn't have thought so. I would think a relatively tall floor house is more suitable than a short floor house. I'm presuming that I don't even know what they're talking about. Maybe they're talking about the height of the ceiling cavity, but short floor house is more suitable for ceiling installation. Ceiling directly on the cover with the bell butt, B-U-T-T, butt. Then lock the screws with no description there showing you what it is, except now we have figure 9 that says ceiling effect, which just shows a ceiling fan drawn attached. 4th, the way the power cord. The way the power cord, 4th. May the 4th be with you. The way the power cord. 1. So step 1 in the way the power cord starts with lowercase and then hang up the fan according to the wiring diagram corresponds to the line connected. Connected, C-O-N-N-E-N-T-E-D, connected. Another alert, note, with a little triangle and an exclamation mark, the fixed wiring must be connected with a contact separation of at least 3 millimeters all pole disconnect device. Oh, we've got like a star, locking bell. So this is 5th, install locking bell, leaves home and leaves. Leaves 5th, install locking bell, leaves home and leaves. That's the title of this section. Well, this is just getting better. Locking bell with a little star next to it. The bell cast hanger hole and side holes and the bell aligned, then lock the screws. 2nd star, so we've moved from like point 1, point 2 to just stars. Install leaves home and leaves. Then it says, we're back to step 1, yasha, Y-A-S-H-A, yasha, and blade alignment, hole alignment, comma, tighten the screws. I don't know who yasha is or what a yasha is, but it's just yasha and blade alignment, hole alignment, tighten the screws. Isn't this awesome? This totally explains it all for me. Then we have install leaves, home and leaves. So I imagine the leaves they're talking about are the blades, but they've now changed the name of it. But maybe this next instruction, which is step 2 of the, even though now there's a star involved in description, we have 2, the fork hole, leaf blade and lock yasha bit aligned with the holes of the motor and the screw holes on the lock. The fork hole, F-O-R-K hole. I'm not sure what that is, but we now have a leaf blade. So install leaves, home and leaves. Yes. I can probably make sense of this, but this is ridiculous. 6, the lighting installation. That's a nice clear heading. Depending on the style with lamps, ceiling fan light into multiple lamp and single lamp series. And then we've got a little colon and with some more stuff to look at. I'm going to have to zoom in because my eyes, that's just tiny writing. A, multi-light installation. The fixture white and blue lines and switch box white and blue lines relatively connected. Then the connection wiring beans, B-E-A-N-S. We have wiring beans. We'll tighten the bonnet. So it's a hat. Then shade lock. That's step 1. That was clear as crystal. You know exactly what I'm talking about, don't you? 2, lamps line finishing neatly into the switch box and then switch box cover. Use a screwdriver to lock the 3 screws, because that was crystal clear. Note, the notch on the cover to the switch on the switch box are aligned reverse position switch. Step 3, loosen the screws by hand on the cup light. Okay, set it into the glass shade. Oh, we've got glass shade lamps. This is an old school ceiling fan, you know, with those like lamp shady things. Anyway, so where did I get up to? Loosen the screws by hand on the cup light, set into the glass shade lamp cup. Hand tighten the 3 screws on the side of the lamp cup. TP, avoid the risk, that's just a typo. TP, avoid the risk of falling lampshade. 3 screws on the lamp cup must be firmly screwed in place, but not too tight to avoid broken glass lampshade may be screwed. I imagine it will be completely screwed if you break the lampshade. As set in the shade card, lock, snap, ring, clamp, glass. No, that's just random words. Shade card, lock, snap, ring, glass, clamp, glass. All right. B, if you've only got a single lamp, remove the switch cover and seach. SEITCH. Seach, the lamp cover are connected together. The AIN, which is one word, the AIN, the first step is the same. Maybe it's the A in. Replace the cover, this is step 2, replace the cover under the switch to the switch box with A in the second step is the same. Step 3, replace the lamp. Thank you, I will. The lamp panel on 3 screws, loosen, fitted with glass, and then tighten the screws. Can you just see this being an absolute disaster if you were trying to figure this out? B, single lamp installation. Remove the switch cover. We had that in the previous one. And switch the lamp cover are connected together. The A in this first step is the same. Replace the cover under the switch to the switch box with A in the second step is the same. So it's sort of saying go back up and look at what we wrote in A. And they did have an A above. Next one. 3, sequentially lampshades. Decorative cobras, COBERS, cobras. Decorative head through the chain. That sounds questionable. The ornaments will headlock teeth of sturdy glass. I don't think glass makes good things for teeth, but yeah. Can you figure that one out? Okay. There's more pages. We have 7 and 8, but I think that's it. So what's 7? 7 is ceiling fan and reverse rotation switching operation. Okay, well, we know this. Everybody knows that ceiling fans have a reverse switch. So in summer, you're meant to have the blades going down. So they're pushing the air down. And in winter, you switch the blades to go the other way so that they pull warm air up and then distribute it. Hands up who actually does this. I don't, but that's apparently what it's for. So 7, ceiling fan and reverse rotation switching operation. 1, adjust the fan speed, pulling speed switch on the switch box, pulling the first lower for quick file. Yeah. Okay. Pull down to gear second speed, driving under a slow third gear. The 4th under the ceiling fan stopped pulling. Well, I'm really glad it did stop pulling. Although, depending on what this is actually describing, maybe you weren't happy it stopped pulling. Stopping the rotation. That was step 1. 3 sentences. Step 2, reverse ceiling fan has 2 functions. A, reversing switch up to a ceiling fan box on the toggle switch to reverse the wind blowing so indoor. Okay. Airflow from the ground up can be used as regulation of indoor air convection for winter. I just said that, didn't I? And they actually got most of that sentence correct. B, reversing switch toggle box on the ceiling fan down to is forward to allow air blown downwind. Is that clear? Is that clear for you? It's clear for me. 8, balance check and adjustment of the blade. Larger shaken treatment if there was a ceiling fan running. Okay, that just says in big letters. No help. Step 1, carefully read the instructions again. Oh, you betcha. I'm going to read these. Make sure all installation steps are correct. Step 2, check all mounting screws are tight. Lob, slot, is stuck onto another rack card points. That's helpful. 3, check the level of all the blades are the same. Check. Okay. Select the same slice of each blade. Section have a point. Measuring the height of the ceiling is consistent with the height point. No, let me read that again. Section have a point. Measuring the height of the ceiling is consistent with the point. Step 4, if the above methods are ineffective, please use the machine parts bag attached balance adjustment package. That might be the mankini. Start packing out the balance of the middle of any clip on a blade. Note, alert. Then there's another triangle with an exclamation. So this is an alert. The leaves home and blade assembly to be careful to avoid collision with the other objects causing leaf frame deformation. 9, on fan failure treatment. Now this is written in a completely different font and everything else. So I thought we were done with 8, but no, we have 9. So this looks like troubleshooting. The ceiling fan is not rotated. Step 1, check ceiling fan external power supply circuit fuse is blown or the automatic protection switch on or off. 2, check the fan power line contact is a problem. 3, check the fan power supply is normal. Fen. So it's a typo again, F-E-N. So again, I mean, you'd pick this up if you were English and reading this, maybe, if English was your first language, but fan power obviously makes sense to someone. Note, be sure to check the external power goes down, such as when you are still unable to resolve, consult a professional electrical maintenance experts. You can just see they've typed in electrician whatever this original language is, and it said that translates as electrical maintenance experts. So that's what they're putting in here. 2, fan noise. What if you've got fan noise? So this is fan failure treatment. So have we got fan noise? Which I imagine all fans make some noise because they're moving the air. Anyway, fan noise. 1, check all fan screws installed is locked. 2, check whether the motor has been friction obstacles during operation. 3, the lamp is not lit. Step 1, check the lamp wire port is loose. Okay. 2, check if the lamp is damaged. It doesn't work. Does it have a light globe in it? Oh. Now we have some warm tips. WARM tips. Ceiling fan maintenance. Because the ceiling fan is functioning product, so please regularly check the hanger blade, leaf frame and various other parts are loose and timely. This is step 1. Step 2, regular cleaning of the ceiling fan. Only wipe lightly with a soft brush or lint-free cleaning cloth. Do not use a damp cloth or other destructive cleaning agents. 3, cannot be any part of this product to add lubricant. That's handy to know. Cannot be any part of this product to add lubricant. Next warning tip. This appliance is not to be used by persons, including children, with reduced physical, sensory or mental capabilities or lack of experience and knowledge unless they have been supervision or instruction. Children being supervised not to play with, W-I-T-H-E, with appliance. Oh, that's funny to say. A-P-P-L-I-A-N-C-E-T-H. Applianceth. Not to play with the applianceth. Warning. This is the third one. So we had warm up before, warm tips. This is now warning. If usual oscillating movement is observed, immediately stop using the ceiling fan and contact the manufacturer. I'm not going to contact this manufacturer. Can you imagine the conversation? Its service agent, I'm happier with that one, or suitably qualified persons. The replacements of parts of the safety suspension system device shall be performed by the manufacturer, its service agent, or suitably qualified persons. If it is necessary to replace the live or neutral brushes, we have brushes and they're live or neutral. Okay, to ensure operation of the motor, then both brushes, I wonder if they're talking about bushes, but brushes, and the earth brush must be replaced at the same time. The brushes shall only be replaced by suitably qualified persons. They're getting better. That's the final page. So do you now feel you can install a ceiling fan with a light or multiple lights now that you have these instructions? I know I do. Not. Anyway, that is CJ Reads Today, reading some rather silly and translated instructions. I hope you enjoyed the reading, and I will see you on the next one. Oh, I should say, don't forget to like, subscribe, and I have a link to buy me a coffee app in the description if you'd like to support what I'm doing. Thanks very much. I'll talk to you on the next one. Bye.
Never knew that it could feel this way when you lie next to someone. You don't even need to play pretend, 'cause you find the way you are. I wanna know you better, give me every detail. I won't judge you, as you know. I could stay forever when you're lying in my arms. My heart is open, it just took some time. Now I just hope that you'd stay for a little while. You fix what's broken when you make that smile. So just stay for a little while. So just stay for a little while.
I didn't think that I would find that someone who's as honest as you are. The way you make me feel at night when I am vulnerable and it's cold outside, but you make it alright. I wanna know you better, give me every detail. I won't judge you, as you know. I could stay forever when I'm lying in your arms. Oh,
My heart is open, it just took some time. Now I just hope that you stay for a little while. You fix what's broken when you make that smile.
so just stay for a little while.
So long when you go, and I can't get enough of you. So can't you stay a little while? I don't want you to leave, so please stay with me.
Stay for a little while.
Stay for a little while.
Hey, yeah.
My heart is open, it just took some time. Now I just hope that you stay for a little while.
You fix what's broken when you make